The lawsuit that was filed against JayZ, alleging that he violently assaulted a 13-year-old girl at a party with P. Diddy, has been dismissed with prejudice and without a settlement. Yep, dismissed voluntarily and withdrawn by the so-called lawyer who was representing her, Tony Busby, which if anyone had fact-checked the details in the lawsuit, like I did, they'd have known the allegations were completely false and at best were inaccurate. But even now, though the case has been dismissed on the 14th of February 2025, a bunch of YouTubers and the people in their comments seem unable to accept the fact and want to keep spreading rumours that there's been a settlement payment to make the lawsuit go away when that's clearly not the case. I don't know why these people want to support a corrupt lawyer who's clearly been found trying to commit extortion, just like JayZ and his lawyer had said 2 months ago. These channels and their audience have been reveling in the accusations, like they get off on it. It's really sick. So we're going to take a look at what actually happened. Here's the legal document posted on Rock Nation Instagram showing the notice of voluntary dismissal by the Jane Doe and Tony Busby. It's got the case number right there for anyone to go and look it up. Then we have a statement by Alex Spiro, JayZ's lawyer. False case against JayZ that never should have been brought has been dismissed with prejudice. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back, he never settled, he never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name. So what bit of this says to you, word on the street is he was paid $20 million. Was that one of them gossip blogs you follow on Instagram? Or was it posted on a blue tick account on Twitter? Tony Busby, who's normally got so much to say, by the way, hasn't said a word. JayZ also made a statement saying today is a victory. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones and I have endured can never be dismissed. So where is Tony Busby? He's gone very quiet for the last couple of months. At one time he claimed to be representing 100 more victims of P. Diddy, some of whom were children. And that's what makes this situation so serious, because as anyone intelligent could have predicted, it casts doubt over genuine victims. And by setting up his 1-800 number, I don't know what he expected, but this has demonstrated the sick way that people like to cash in on trauma instead of looking for resolution, instead of looking for justice. As JayZ went on to say, the 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind a Jane Doe, and when they quickly realise the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. And what about all the YouTube videos that were spreading misinformation that JayZ was losing, or that he could have been guilty when there was no way? If he was guilty of such an act, do you think it's odd that someone else has not come forward with a similar allegation? But no, it was just the one who had no witnesses and no recollection of any event because it never happened. And if JayZ was guilty of something like that, I would want to know about it. I don't know why people just can't use their brains anymore, because it's definitely the minority that were using critical thinking in their commentary. He ended, "The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence." Before Tony Busby got himself involved in P. Diddy's crimes, he was mixed up in politics, let's not forget. He was trying to run for mayor in a self-funded campaign. And as I've pointed out in 2 previous videos, Tony Busby has a shady past himself. A young woman who looks like a victim herself was arrested at his house in the early hours of the morning after he went on a date with her. I just think it's weird that all these black channels want to support a greasy looking white man who looks like he wears fake tan over a black man, and then go to sources like Damon Dash and Jaguar Wright and that other ex-employee or friend who clearly had a drug problem before doing any proper research or fact-checking. But if you have been following the story, after setting up his hotline, Busby tried to blackmail JayZ. He said if he didn't pay him, he would file lawsuits against him. He was copying and pasting anonymous allegations. It's called extortion. Maybe he thought there would be victims coming forward, but there hasn't been any. And his plan backfired. So now P. Diddy's lawyers are moving to have their cases dismissed as well.
Through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty.
It doesn't get much nastier than accusing someone of sexual child abuse. And I get that people are annoyed that JayZ stood next to R. Kelly and P. Diddy, but that doesn't change the fact. I don't remember Damon Dash speaking out against R. Kelly at the time. He was apparently dating Aaliyah when she died, one of his victims. P. Diddy's lawyers have made a statement that's quoted in Billboard magazine. Today's complete dismissal without a settlement by the 1-800 attorney is yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehood, not facts. For months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by an attorney more focused on media headlines than legal merit. Just like this claim, the others will fall apart because there is no truth to them. Sean Combs has never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. No number of lawsuits, sensational allegations, or media theatrics will change that reality. We will continue to fight these baseless claims and hold those responsible. This is just the first of many that will not hold up in a court of law. Really? Well, the difference is P. Diddy's attorneys. Many of the lawsuits filed against P. Diddy before Tony Busby got involved contain a lot of photographic evidence, very detailed victim accounts. There's video evidence to corroborate the victim statements, so I still believe those people. He's also been shown in court documents to try and still manipulate the system whilst in prison, misusing his phone privileges, trying to harass victims and witnesses. He made a false claim about the prosecutors raiding his cell. He plays the ultimate victim. And I just can't help thinking that all of this JayZ stuff that started with that guy, the Crisis PR, Jonathan Hay, going on YouTube channels saying that he made up the story that JayZ tried to sleep with Rihanna so that she could get famous, has got something to do with it. Just like the anti-Blake Lively videos blew up in the algorithm when she tried to sue Justin Baldoni's studio for mistreatment of women in the workplace. That's all been forgotten about now. If JayZ has committed any crimes other than exploiting people to make money, which is basically how the music industry works. By the way, I do think it's weird that JayZ and Beyonce put their daughter, who's still a child, into the entertainment industry, but that's a story for another day. But let's see some evidence that JayZ's paid this alleged victim off. Do you think Busby would be keeping quiet about that? But he's made no comment, and to be honest, I wish that would be the case with a lot of these channels. In the meantime, Combs still faces multiple other assault and rape lawsuits as he remains in jail awaiting trial on criminal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. That's all I really have to say in this video. I did debunk the allegations if you want to go watch that, even though it was, as we've seen, a work of fiction.